Hey, I missed it. How the info on jury go today? Well, actually, you woke me up from the trial. Yes, I
so
finally
proud.
let slip that I do not like the jury analysis. I
was
don't like it.
proud of that. I was so proud of that I drew that out of you. And every time you were like slowing down in your rant,
I know
I
you
would
kept going.
I would throw a comment out there to basically like motivate you to push back at me even harder. This is, by the way, there were five people in the chat there. And if you're wondering what every person in there was thinking, Nick was basically ranting in exasperation. That's all that was going through his brain. Like, this is the stupidest thing. I don't know why you people love it, and I have to do it because that's what you guys want. Branka is sitting there the entire time because he leaves right afterwards thinking, I don't want to interrupt his rant, but I really want to get the hell out of here. So he's like, all right, just wrap it up. And I'm seeing him wanting you to wrap it up. And I'm like, no, I want him to keep going. So I'm going to keep poking at you on this. Like, that's the entire time what's going through my brain is, how can I push him into like screaming even more about it? And like Woody Woodpecker, I'm like, yeah. And you're just totally like, you're biting at it every time. I was trolling the hell out of you with that.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you got Uncivil there saying like, but wait, I don't get it. I don't get it. You're grifting. He's grifting. Why is this any different? And potentially
It's not
criminal
different.
Sean.
It's fine. It's a good grift. I just hate it.
Yeah. And potentially criminal Sean. The whole time he's sitting there, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be on this clip. This is awesome.
You know what all of them were actually thinking, all of you guys? I know what you were all thinking, Joe.
Mm.
You're all thinking, God, he's right.
Oh yeah. It's the most ridiculous. Although I'll tell you this one, I think you're 90% right. There are times where it's like you're sitting there and you're watching a juror, and like the look of disgust that they have on their face when they hear something or shaking their head. You can sometimes they're most of the time. You're right that they're so desperate to provide any content that they'll say lean forward, sat back, was taking notes, was not taking notes, and it's like that doesn't tell you anything. But there are times where, like, look, they're getting up there and saying how Aquaman was the greatest Marvel movie ever, and you have two Asian kids in the back row of the jury just sitting there the whole time like this. Like shaking, like literally shaking their head. No, that it's like, yeah, they probably aren't buying this. You can sort of, it's not really a stretch to say that, and there's no way to know that there are people on the jury who are shaking their head at it unless you have someone sitting there. So there is some minor takeaways you could say.
There is, but let me just counter them shaking their head at Aquaman being the greatest movie of all time or whatever. I get it. But what does that say about the trial? Like that's not a critical point of the Johnny Depp trial, right? Like, it's funny.
Right. Yes. You know what? It's not providing you legal perspective or any insights to how the jury is going to close out. It's giving you another insight and perspective in a humorous vein from the trial. But anyone who's taking it seriously, it's pretty much, if you're taking someone's read on the jury seriously, you might as well go back in time to when like newspapers used to give horoscopes and sit there saying, well, I'm a Sagittarius, I should really avoid wide open spaces or people who are cancers today because today my mojo is not good with them. That's basically
you're trying to get me to do it. You're trying to get me to keep going.
What do you mean? Not at all.
Yeah, you stop that.